in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the UK's most hated inmates. Now, the one I'm going to be talking about in this episode is Roy Whiting. Now, I'll just talk a little bit about the case, but I'm sure the majority of you would have heard about this case, which was in 2000. And it was the murder of poor little Sarah Payne. 8-year-old Sarah Payne from Hersham in Surrey went missing while playing near her grandparents' home on the 1st of July 2000. Her body was found several miles away in a field just off the A29 near Pulborough 17 days later. Whiting was jailed for life for her murder in December 2001. He was ordered to serve a 50-year minimum term, but that was reduced by 10 years by the High Court in 2010. Whiting has been attacked in prison on several occasions. Now, an inmate like this, who was high profile, is high profile, and will always remain high profile. It doesn't matter what age he gets to. People in prison never forget, especially other ones that are serving long sentences like he is. But what happens is, obviously, in prison he gets put on the VP wings, which is the vulnerable prisoner wing. And some people might laugh and think, vulnerable prisoner, everything but vulnerable. The poor child was vulnerable, but in prison, they're vulnerable to attack from the other inmates. And like I've mentioned, he's been attacked on several occasions, and he will be continued to attack because the other inmates that are on the wings with him, especially down in HMP Wakefield, which is dubbed Monster Mansion. Sometimes when the inmates get sent from another prison and they get sent to Wakefield, they're all mixed in. But sometimes people from the normal location are sent to places like this for their own protection. They're either getting into drug debts or they've got trouble with other inmates from the outside, but they're also serving massive sentences themselves. They're serving 30-year life sentences, and in their eyes they've got nothing to lose. And one inmate who I've done a video on previously, and he was just on that documentary, The World's Most Dangerous Prisoners, was Gary Vinter. So in 2011, Gary Vinter was in HMP Wakefield with Roy Whiting, and he sharpened up a toilet brush into a point, and he went in the pad after Roy Whiting, and he attacked him severely, stabbing him numerous times, took out his eye with the toilet brush handle and stamped all over him repeatedly. And it was said that the only reason he stopped was because he ran out of energy. And another time he was attacked, it was another two convicted murderers, which was Richard Prendergast and Kevin Hayden, were jailed for an additional 7.5 years each for attacking Roy Whiting in his cell in 2018. But he's been attacked off other inmates as well. And like I mentioned, it doesn't matter how old he gets, wherever he gets put, because of the crime he committed, the other inmates will act out their own justice in prison, their own prison punishment. And this is what happens with the high-profile child killers that everybody knows about in the prison system. All of the normal general population lads want to get a hold of these type of prisoners and act out their own justice. But that's simply just what happens in prison. And he's not the only one. There's the likes of Ian Huntley, Levi Belfield, Wayne Cousins. There's a lot that I will be covering on this channel. And when anything happens, which is in the prison news, then I will cover it on this channel, because I know the viewers like to hear what's going on inside of prisons with these type of inmates. But I will leave that one there for now, people. But before I leave it, the most recent attack, which was in HMP Wakefield as well, was again, he was stabbed up on numerous times, and again he escaped with his life. But one day, one of the inmates might just end up taking his life because of what he's in for. But I will leave that one there for now, people. Hopefully as usual, you are enjoying the content. But again, if you are, remember to comment, like and subscribe. Take care, everybody.